Deus meus arriva me, torum do shoka vicil je, torum do shoka vicil je, Deus meus arriva me. In meum corut senum sit, torarirando groco gri, torarirando groco gri, in meum corut senum sit. Deus meus arriva me, torum do shoka vicil je, torum do shoka vicil je, Deus meus arriva me. Domine, Domine, exore me, manum vilonda grossa ie, manum vilonda grossa ie, Domine, Domine, exore me, manum vilonda grossa ie, Domine, Domine, exore me.
Jigwe, Pajama Chef, and welcome to Gomai. Hello, everybody. My name is Niall McConnell. Hope you're all doing well. God bless each and every one of you. Just fixing my hair here. So, lots to talk about tonight. Let me just rearrange and center myself here on the screen. So, we were in Bundoran there yesterday evening to oppose this iPass centre that they're opening up right opposite two schools, a primary school and a secondary school. And when I say opposite, I mean like 20-30 yards from it. And it's right beside a GA pitch too, where lots of young children will be practicing their football. So great to see so many people hitting the streets. There was loads and loads of people from Bundoran there, and to send a message to the traitors in Bundoran that they don't want their beautiful wee town destroyed by 70, Somalians is what the word on the street is. So the people of Bundoran are saying no. Stop the invasion. Any truth in the rumours of an iPass in Burnfoot, Donegal? I heard that last night. I've no idea. That's just a rumour. I've heard. I don't know. Burnfoot, Donegal. I don't know. So, alright, fantastic to see so many people in the live chat already. If you are new to the show, please subscribe. We go live at least twice a week. At the minute, we're doing like Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 p.m. That's just how it's working out at the minute. So, Wednesdays and Sundays live at 8 p.m. We cover what's happening not only in Donegal but all over Ireland. The invasion of Ireland is the main top talking point here, because that is at the forefront, you know. So let me know in the live chat where you're all from. I see someone in the live chat there. Fionn McCool says he's from Lifford. Good man. Lifford's just 10 minutes down the road from me. And the next town over, I'm from Castlefin, County Donegal, East Donegal. So if you're new to the show, please subscribe. At the very least you can do for us, right? Please share these streams with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there. Like, share it on your WhatsApp groups, your Facebook groups, email it out to everybody, put it in, I don't know, your own Facebook page, email it out, I don't know, you know what I mean? Share it out everywhere. Share it to your uncles, your fathers, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, your cousins, whatever. Let's get the message out there. That's the very least you can do. Share this stream with all your friends and family, because you won't hear this on RTE telling you the truth about what's really happening in Ireland. So let me know in the live chat where you're all from. Okay, so I've missed a few people here. So Lifford says from McCool. Hello from Kent, says Ray. Jen says, Niall, I have 4 daughters. I am 10 kilometres from an iPass with 100 illegal men. It's like every town now. We've been warning people for a long time. This is going to be in every single town in Ireland. Carrickmacross says Owen. East Cork says Sheepdog. West Belfast says Sonia. Irvine Ayrshire says Donna. South Dublin says Era 1014. Cork says Ronnie. Sean says he's from Cork. No, I'm from Antrim, but shout out to Martin Hewitt, says Fionn. Derry says stop the invasion. Cumbria, North England, Bessie. 4, East Cork says Dell. South Derry says Sean. Love from Cork says Natasha. Fanet says Dennis. Derbyshire says RB. Dublin says Davy. Yep. I'm from Glasgow, says George. Barry Dover says from Tyrone. Kilkenny says Sean. Much love from Texas, says Courageous Cat. Okay, there's so many people here now. Patrick Shields says Leash. I thought you were Donegal, man. Maybe there's a different Patrick Shields. I thought you were Donegal. Pierce, HSE Dublin, says Jerry Pierce Patriot. Aaron says Wexford, proud Limerick man, living in Vancouver, Connor Cahill. You're all far right, says Jay Cahill. Good man, Jay, thanks for joining us. John Capone, Bangor. Okay, County Cabin says Robert Aguirre. Okay, thank you so much for joining us, everybody. So before we start tonight's show, we discuss the mega mosque that has unfortunately got approved there in County Donegal. And we'll be discussing about what's happened in Bundoran. And I heard news from Roscommon. There's a proposed iPass centre opening up in Roscommon. We'll be discussing all that on tonight's show. But before we do, we're going to say our Lord's Prayer as Gaelic, so please join us. Nanyam nahar agus avek agus spirit neve, amen. Ar nahar atar now, go ni for Danyam, go dagda de red, go nyanter de holler and talab mar yanter now. Ar narn le hul tur dun you, agus mai dun ar fecta, mar a waihamage dar vecta na fian. Ag na election a gahu, ag sir shin ulk, amen. Nanyam nahar agus avek agus spirit neve, amen. Alright, everybody, welcome to tonight's show. Hope you're all doing well. So it's great to see so many people in the live chat already. There's 325 watching live now as I speak. Brilliant, fantastic. Get it shared, put it in your Facebook groups, tweet it out. Let's get the message out there. Send it to your friends, your family members. Let's spread the Fenian faith. Okay, so the Mega Mosque. I don't know. I've been talking. I thought I had my video up there, so I wanted to show you like the video that I like. I'm not tooting my own horn or anything here, but I'm the only one that's been protesting this and making videos about this and raising raising awareness about this. Like, you, maybe I'm wrong. Only recently has a few people stood up and said, "Hey, I don't think we should have a mosque in Letterkenny." Let me see now. Let me find the videos on my channel. Right, when did I post this? 25, 24. So was it February 24? I think it was even before that. I must have a video removed, have I? St. Columkill stops mega mosque. So yeah, it was around that time, right? So we had actually stopped it for a while. They had the planning application in, but they actually went back in again and have got it approved this time. So this was in February 24, so well over a year ago. So I've been raising awareness for well over a year on this, and I believe I've been the only one. Where's the rest of them? Where were the rest of them well over a year ago? Where was the councillors? Where were the activists? And all of a sudden now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon when it's been approved. The time for protesting, the time for objections was well over a year ago. But anyway, so this is a February 24 here. Donegal, and behind me you've got the ancient monastic site Oher Shaveen, which is associated with Ireland's patron saint, St. Columkill. And just over my shoulder here, you've got the proposed site of Letterkenny's third mosque, just right there. And we have a victory. The mosque has been put on hold because of our objection. It just shows if you put a bit of pressure on, if you've got some strong-willed people, anything is possible. It's absolutely fantastic that we've got this mosque temporarily on hold for 6 months. Now we need to keep the pressure on to stop this mosque completely being built in Letterkenny, County Donegal. Ireland is a Christian country. It's been a Christian country for 1600 years, and here we've got a perfect example of a 6th century monastic site dedicated to St. Columkill. This was in the parish of Garton, where Columkill was born. Now it's symbolic what this mosque, where this mosque has been built, right in between two ancient churches. You've got the church here behind me, dedicated to St. Columkill. You've got the mosque, and then the other side you've got Church of the Holy Martyrs. So it's symbolic. If Christians went to a Muslim country and tried to build a church on a holy Islamic site, would they be allowed? Of course not. It's time for the Irish to have a backbone. It's time for the Irish government to stand up for the Irish people and to stand up for our heritage and our culture. Irish culture is under attack, and we are sick and tired of it. We are standing up. Now I'm going to do a pan here to show you right behind me there. That's the site where the mosque is apparently going to be built if they get their way, but it's on hold at the minute. Now if you want this invasion to stop, if you want the Islamification of Donegal, Ireland to stop, well then you need to get out and vote in the up and coming election. So yeah, that was just before the election era, the local election. So that was well over 1 year ago, and from my understanding, I was the only one saying anything about it. Where was the rest of the activists? I was alone on it. No one was sharing any of my work. I had to do this all on my own. And now it's approved. Everyone's, oh, there's a mosque in Letterkenny. Well, we need to stop it. Well, I've been blowing the horn. I made 5 or 6 videos about this, put them all on social media. And all of a sudden now when it's approved, everyone's annoyed about it. But whatever. You know what I mean? But this is what happens. This is who you're voting for here. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, Sinn Féin. Not one councillor, not one TD came out against it. And it's our Christian heritage that's under attack. Like I said in that video well over a year ago, if Christians went to a Muslim country, do you think they would allow us to build a church on, Islamic grounds or like a holy site to them? Of course we wouldn't. We'd never be allowed to. Any questions, please let me know in the live chat. What's everybody saying there now? I saw a comment there. I was going to read it out, but there's so many comments. Yeah, Fiumanco says, Niall, you should get a pipe band and a few pikemen to lead out the next time. Sounds a bit larp, but it would demonstrate the beautiful culture of Erin. That's a good idea, but the problem is you can't get anybody to do anything. Like, if there's people right in Donegal, the Northwest, who want to give me a hand, just to hand out papers at these protests, please get in contact with me. Like, we're always in need of help. Like, I couldn't hand out any newspapers yesterday because I was busy doing interviews and recording. No newspapers were handed out because people just don't want to do anything. People don't want to learn. People don't want to take instruction. So if you are there listening and you are capable and you can hand out newspapers, please get in contact with me. Scroll down below this video, click any link at all that should take you to the website, press contact, and just contact me. Say, Niall, I'm willing to help. I'm willing to hand out newspapers. You don't have to say anything. Just hand out newspapers. No, we need far more people getting involved here. You know, like, yeah, getting pikemen and a colour party, that'd be great. But no one wants to do anything. No one wants to listen. No one wants to take instruction. And that's the problem with the so-called Irish nationalist movement in Ireland. They're all over the place. No one wants to listen. No one wants to take advice. No one with any political experience run around doing whatever they think they are, just doing whatever they want. Now, when you compare that to the left, you have to hand it to the left. They know exactly what they're doing. You go to these far left marches, or when they're protesting us, they're all well organized. Like, I don't agree with their politics, of course, but they're well organized. They've got their chants, they've got their banners, they've got their visuals. They all have roles. They all know what to do. But the right wing, the Irish nationalist movement, no one wants to listen. We're all doing our own things, and no one wants to help. No one wants to, do the hard work of just handing out newspapers, handing out leaflets, holding the camera. It's impossible to get people. People want to complain and moan on social media. Sean O'Kane says, I will come help. Well, message me now through the website. You know how to do it. If you want to get involved, you can get involved. Enough of this complaining online. We need people on the ground to help. So you know what I mean? Like, it does annoy me. Like, I've been to, like, even these protests that I've been to recently, like, they could be done so much better. Like, that protest yesterday. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no need to be playing music, playing country music, playing jiving music at a protest where we're trying to oppose an iPass centre, going through the streets of Bundoran with loud music. What kind of message does that sound? It's like some kind of a festival, like a jolly up or something. You know what I mean? This has to be done correctly. Anyway, look, I have experience. I know what I'm doing. Like, I know how to organize. But people just don't want to listen, and people don't want. If you try to direct people how to help you, they think they know everything. Like, I've been trying to give advice to certain people behind the scenes, and they just don't want to listen about social media, about moderations, nothing. Just do not want to listen. In one ear, out the other ear. Oh yeah, get a marching band to play a few tunes. Blah blah blah. Yeah. How do you want me to do that? I can't get someone to hand out newspapers. What? You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? I would love to have that. I would love to have loads of people helping, but can't get anybody. No one will do anything. Anyway, though. I'll hand them out where I live. Well, contact me through the website. If you want papers, I'll send them to you for free. Contact me through the website. I'm expecting people to contact me through the website, right? So let me just, for those of you who are asking to contact me, let's see how many do actually contact me, and let's see how many people do follow through, right? Okay. Here's the website. Right, so click any button below in the description, like the membership or the flag fund, whatever you want, right? Press that contact button there, okay? And then send me a message through the website. There we go. Send me a message in there. Couldn't be any simpler. We need to get people involved. You need to get active. You can't get into the site. Well, either turn off your VPN or whatever. But send me 10 papers. I'll send you 10 papers. You haven't sent me a message. I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? Come on. And you can order 10. You can order 10 newspapers off the website for like €10. But if you have no money, I'll send them to you for free. No problem at all. Okay, look, enough of me ranting and raving, right, about trying to get some help. Okay, let me see. What else have we got here now? Who's called me a fool for not answering a question? Don't ban that person. Just ban him. I don't care what you're at. There's over 400 people watching live. I can't read every single comment. How can people who aren't from Donegal help? As I'm from NI, I live right on the border. I live 10 minutes from Strabane, which is the north. So you can still help me from the north. 2 hours drive. Like I drive to protest all the time. The Dublin for me is like well over 3 hours. So okay, look, let's keep going, right? So we were in Michael and Strabane here. Well, Michael, contact me. You're only 10 minutes down the road. We need all the help I can get, or we can get, to hand out newspapers, get involved in real life political action. Please contact me. So we were sorry, I just got sidetracked there. We were in Bundoran yesterday, right? And it was great to see so many people there, so many patriots. I'm in Castlefin, yes, that is correct. So this is my noggin there behind me. So just play this clip here what we were doing in Bundoran yesterday. We are in Bundoran, County Donegal. We are opposing the new iPass centre here in Bundoran, and it's been opened up right opposite a primary school and a second school and a GA pitch where young children will be playing their football. Absolutely disgusting. And the property is owned by Conor McConnell, a local businessman. So I advise everybody in Bundoran and Ireland, Donegal, boycott Conor McConnell. Don't go into any of his properties. Do not give him any money. Boycott. It's fantastic to see so many patriots on the streets of Bundoran opposing the invasion, the mass immigration invasion into Donegal, into Ireland. Our country's been destroyed. The people of Bundoran are good spirits. The local lads behind me are having a good time. But this is a serious matter here. Ireland is going to be destroyed forever if we do not fight back. Stand up for your country. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of your Irish race. The Irish are quickly becoming a minority in our own country. So it's really important to share these videos with all your friends and family. If you want to join as a member of our political movement. So yeah, that was in Bundoran yesterday. Fantastic to see so many people. We'll have to keep an eye on what's happening down Bundoran. It's over an hour drive from me. I'm not from Bundoran, but I'm still in County Donegal. So I will have to keep an eye on it. Support the people of Bundoran. So who thought the flags were a good job? Now we brought a load of flags down. I don't know how many flags we handed out, but we've started a campaign to distribute 4,000 flags at these Irish nationalist protests. We handed out a good few yesterday, and we gave 4,000 flags, 4,000 bamboo sticks, and 8,000 cable ties. It's not cheap, but we're going to do it. We're going to see them 4 flags there. Look, I think if you've got them 4 flags, the Irish tricolour, the 4 provinces, Erin go Bragh flags, and the Irish Republic flags. Now, I have put in an order already for all 4 of them. For like about 1,000 total. We're looking to get 4,000 total. So hopefully the next protest we should have them. I'm hoping these flags will come this week. Should be here at the start of the week. So these protests that you're going to see are going to be saturated with these flags. But so we need your support though. If you want to chip into our flag fund to get 4,000 Irish nationalist flags, you can do so. Scroll down below this video in the description. We're going to saturate these protests with these flags. I'll be doing them up with my family, with my wife and my children. So I'm going to spend the time to make the effort. This is what it's all about. And if these flags, they look fantastic at the protest. They give it a really serious look. My last 3 comments didn't get through. What is this now? I don't believe in free speech. People think I do believe in free speech. I don't believe in free speech. I don't think, like, this is a thing I should probably explain now. So, I don't think people should be allowed to promote, what is it? I don't want to say the word. Engaging with young children in promiscuous ways. I don't think that should be allowed. But if you believe in free speech, that is okay. I don't think you should be able to attack Christianity or attack Catholicism. Free speech allows that. I don't think you should be allowed to call for attack on the state. That's free speech. I don't believe that. I believe in. I'm an Irish nationalist. I believe that anything that destroys the moral fabric of our Christian society should not be allowed. So no, I don't believe in free. People always say, "Oh, no, you don't believe in free speech." Well, no, I don't. I don't believe in free speech. I don't believe in allowing. Like for example, in Belgium, where not too long ago, there was one of them like parties that were all their only thing was for reducing the age of consent, which would I don't want to say the words. You can imagine what I'm trying to say. They're reducing the age of consent to really low, and they were getting 2% of the vote. So no, I don't believe them people should be allowed to say whatever they want. So I don't believe in free speech. No, I don't. Absolutely not. Controlling any speech law. I'm going to exercise exactly what I'm talking about now. All right. Controlling any speech is wrong. Now condemning is okay. See what I mean? Right. So bye bye. I don't believe in free speech. You can't be anti-Christian, you can't be anti-Catholic, and you can't be anybody attacking our Irish nation. It shouldn't be allowed. Shouldn't be allowed to happen. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a free speech absolutist, anybody can say whatever they want. They can promote, you know what I mean, with young children, which I think is abhorrent and should not be allowed. But like I said already, in Belgium, there's a political party advocating for the lowering of the age of consent, got 2% of the vote. People promoting, like Ireland is a Christian country, anybody promoting foreign religions like Islam shouldn't be allowed. So no, I don't believe in free speech. There you go. Yeah, anti-Irish speech by immigrants in Ireland is not acceptable. Absolutely, they shouldn't be allowed to, call for the destruction of Ireland, the changing of our ways. Shouldn't be allowed. But under free speech, it is allowed. So no, absolutely not. Okay. Cork's a long drive. It's like 6 or 7 hours from me. I think we will have members there, yes. But me personally, no, I'm not coming. I don't think I'm coming down to Cork. It's just too much of a drive for me. Like I don't see too many people from Cork coming up to Donegal to protest in Letterkenny, and I don't blame them, to be quite honest with you. So no, it's not fair to ask me to drive all the way down to Cork. I've been down to Cork a good few times to protest, but it's just too far. So as I was saying there, the flags in Bundoran. This is we didn't distribute every flag, but the majority of flags there are ours that we handed out. They're for free too. People can hold on to them to come to other protests.
Bundoran says no. Bundoran says no. Bundoran says no.
So there you go. Yep, how do I find the work now with family and all that? Absolutely. See, last night I was working until about 2 o'clock in the morning editing videos. Didn't stop. What system would you use to run the country? If I said that, I'd probably get banned off YouTube. But something like maybe historical figures in Spain. We'll leave it there. Catholic nationalists in Spain. You can make up your mind and you can join the dots. Okay. So there was a very courageous young lady who agreed to speak to me on camera there yesterday. Very brave she was. And I thought she spoke very well. Let's just play this quick clip here of her speaking. Because people like this should be supported. Why don't you introduce yourself for now?
My name is Isha Tolan. I'm 18 and I'm originally from Donegal.
Good woman yourself. So why are we all out here in Bundoran protesting?
Well, I think that everybody who's coming into our country should be vetted. I don't think it's fair that people's been taken here not vetted. They're being housed beside primary schools, secondary schools and town centres. And there's not a lot being said or done about all the attacks that are happening around the country.
Yes.
Attacks happening in Letterkenny, Derry, Strabane, just anywhere, Dublin, all around the country. And I think it's important that everybody comes together and speaks up, because if it was happening to a family member or a relative or a sister or brother, nobody will be happy about it then. So
this iPass centre is going right opposite, like 30 yards from two schools and a GA pitch. What is your concern about that?
My concern would just be, like, I myself go to an all-girls secondary school, and I just know that if it was outside my school I wouldn't feel comfortable because of everything that's being put on social media about all the attacks. It makes you feel unsafe, especially as a girl, a young girl especially.
Yeah.
You know, vulnerable anyways, but even more vulnerable when people unvetted who can be lying about their age, lying about their past, anything, or just sitting about.
Yeah.
Really.
And when you're walking the streets, I don't know, of the streets of Donegal, Letterkenny, etc., do you feel safe, or good man, thanks so much.
I know that definitely if I was on a night out I wouldn't feel safe walking alone. I wouldn't feel safe walking alone anyways. Like, somebody was stabbed in Letterkenny there not that long ago. It's just, I don't know, just, it's, Ireland's just becoming very unsafe. And like, I know Belfast is one of the most unsafe cities in Europe, and I just think that everyone needs to get together and speak up, and there's no problem as long as you're vetted, as long as your history's been
checked
searched and
but
checked.
if 87% of migrants coming into Ireland are destroying passports in Dublin Airport, like, we don't know who they are, we've no record of them.
No record of their age, no record of who they are, where they're originally from, nothing. Like, it is a big mess at the minute.
Yeah, and there's many cases of rapists and mass murderers coming into Ireland, fleeing from their country. Like in Zimbabwe, there was a mass murderer fled to Ireland, because Ireland seems to be a soft touch, and this is what we're talking about, unvetted migrants coming into Ireland.
Yeah,
right.
I definitely think that everybody should be getting together, because there's people sitting behind screens saying that they will, and then they're not out here with us today because they're too scared of being seen, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, you're very brave for speaking out. I'm very grateful for you speaking out. So I thank you so much. We'll get back to the march now. God bless you.
Play your.
Okay, everybody, that was a very brave young lady there for having the courage and the balls to speak out about the invasion of Ireland. So mass deportation, not importation, absolutely. So it's fantastic to see almost 450 people watching live. Now, that's only on YouTube. So it's great to see so many people tuned in. You're all very, very welcome. God bless you. You know, and I gotta say this every stream now. I'm trying to imagine what 450 people are like in a crowd. You know, they're all tuning in to me. Bogman from Donegal. You know, it's an honor and a privilege for me to do this. Thanks. Like, I'm very grateful for you tuning in to watch me. I do my best to present what's happening. I'm not the best speaker in the world. I'm not a polished speaker. I'm not a politician. I've never had any training in speaking. I try and speak from the heart. I am a sheep farmer from Castlefin, from the hills of Donegal, and I'm not a trained politician. I don't really want to be a politician. I've never really like. You're doing all this out of love for your country and love for your children. I've got a wife and children, and I fear what kind of Ireland they're going to be growing up in, and that's what we're doing this all for, you know. Like, for example, yesterday, like, I missed the Donegal game yesterday. I had my problems with the GA, of course, but you know, I was thinking about this yesterday as I was doing up flags. We were doing up flags, myself and my wife, or my wife and I were doing up flags before going down to Bundoran. And I was thinking, like, why do I like going to the GA games? Why historically have I liked going to the GA games? It's not really particularly the football. It's the tribal aspect. Like, it's all Irish people going to the event, and it's like we're all going there together to support the one team, and even the opposition team. Like, they're the same people as us, and it's just, I don't know. It's like a belonging feel. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure other cultures who are like listening in the live chat probably know what I'm talking about. But it's that like cohesion and that homogenous feel you have at the GAA. Well, if you're in with your own people, then everyone's happy, and that's really why I like going to the Gaelic football games. Like, I grew up playing for my local club, Robert Emmets. My uncles played for Donegal, won in All Ireland by Donegal in '92, and I represented Donegal at all ages, from under 15s right up to senior. But I do agree that the GAA is so corrupt, and it makes me so angry. And it's well done to Donegal for winning the Ulster title that I missed. But the reason I missed it is because we were down in Bundoran, and we're doing this for the cause, doing it for the future of our children. And I listened to it in the radio on the way down. It sounded like a very, very good game. Anyway, I'm going on about Donegal. Okay. You know, like that. Does anybody in the live chat understand what I'm saying about going to the Donegal games, or going to your Dublin games, or the Cork games, or the Galway games? It's like that tribal feel. You're going with your whole tribe, your Donegal people. You feel like a whole belonging, and that's what I've always loved even as a child. Like, we're all in this together, and we're all moving the same way. You know what I mean? Okay. So what else have we got for you here now? Yeah, I got a couple of things from Carrickmacross. Okay, that fella and this fella and that lady. Okay, we'll start with this fella first, right? So I think there's another protest in Carrickmacross, County Monaghan, this coming Friday. I'm not sure the time. I'm assuming 7 p.m. Just like keep an eye on social media. But there's a protest this Friday. This Friday in Carrickmacross. I hope to be there. I haven't no guarantee yet, but I hope to be in Carrickmacross. We were there last time. But there was a meeting there on Tuesday last, hosted by Matt Carthy, the member of the European Parliament for Sinn Féin. And I didn't get down to it, but from what I do know is he wouldn't let anybody record videos while he was taking questions from the public. But here was a fella that was at the protest. Let's see what he had to say, or the meeting, sorry, with Sinn Féin Matt Carthy.
Good morning, people of Carrickmacross. I just want to put out a wee video of what happened at the meeting last night. Right, I went in last night with the intention of not having the limelight. I wanted people to start saying a bit about what's going on in the town. Sorry, I'm just at work at the minute, but anyway, what's going on in the town. So, Matt Carthy spoke last night for about 20 minutes, telling the stuff we already knew about Fine Gael, Fianna Fáil, councillors not attending the meeting, and the Garda superintendent of the meeting. So we knew that was going to happen anyway, right? But when he spoke, he had all his Sinn Féin TDs, and fair play to them, I will give him credit for that. They all turned up. They all didn't have to, but they turned up and listened to people's concerns. Anyway, what happened last night, after Matt Carthy done his 20-minute spiel, a young fella, obviously from the woke youth Sinn Féin, got up and basically started calling the people in the town racist, and that our national flag was being appropriated by far-right, pitchfork-wielding national racists in the country. And he went off on a rant, naming off crimes that committed by Irish people and all this kind of stuff, and said Carrick is no more dangerous than it was a few years ago, which was utter tripe. So it gave me the perfect opportunity to come in and get the ball rolling. So when I got the mic, I turned around and said to Matt Carthy, he's seen only 26 years in the political game because he wasted 20 minutes of our time talking about stuff we already knew. I told him I was the one that called him out last Friday. And then I tore into the young lad and I said, how dare he call me a right-wing, pitchfork-wielding, far-right racist carrying our national flag down in Dublin. I said, the only one ever called me racist was Sinn Féin. And I told him that I wore the flag of my country on my arm for nearly 25 years in the Defence Forces and served 13 times overseas in conflict zones, and he'd some cheek calling me a racist. to which everybody cheered, but didn't. So I told Matt, the town was in a bad state. There's sunflower seed shells spat every nook, cranny, and every crevice in the footpaths. I says there's Roman gypsy men roaming the streets, loitering, intimidating people. People are afraid. People can't walk at night. There's literally no nightlife, no night economy. Once 8 or 9 o'clock comes, the town is absolutely dead. And I says, if a tourist drove through in a bus and seen all these Roma men instead of Irish people in the street, spitting their crap on the street, I says, they just had the driver keep going, I'm not staying here. And if something wasn't done, the town was going to die an awful death. I left it at that, and thankfully, up to 25 people said their pieces about different things going on in this town, and it just opened the floodgates. Even Matt Carty and the councillors couldn't get over the amount of people who had concerns, who had complaints about the state of the town, the direction it was going in. And even 3 non-nationals got up and spoke with us. A Lithuanian man said, 20 years living in the town, he says, this town is not racist, these are very concerned people, and the direction the town's going in is not good. So after the interview, after the meeting, I was talking to Grip Media to Fatty McGunn, and she asked me just a couple of questions about what's going on in the town. I basically told her what I'm telling you there now, and she mentioned about the guards. What are the guards doing about it? And I says, look, the guards aren't coping. There's a new culture of crime coming in. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the mechanisms to cope with what's going on.
Just to jump in there, right? I see this a lot, particularly by the the good-hearted people of Carrickmacross and around the country, demanding that they have more Gardaí on the streets, as if the Gardaí are going to be able to stop everything. And it's not the Gardaí's fault that there are a lot of Roman gypsies causing havoc on the streets. Like, you cannot have a guard on every single corner of every street in Ireland. Let's be realistic. You hear this stuff in America too, in inner cities America. We need more police officers. If we had police officers in every corner of every street in inner city Chicago, the streets would be safe. It's unrealistic. This nonsense about more Gardaí has to stop. Of course, they are shutting down Garda stations. That's not my point. This idea that we need more Gardaí. Look, for example, out in Ironmore Island off the west coast of Donegal, there's no Gardaí out there. And they're homogenous people, and they run it themselves. Everyone knows one another. And when you have a homogenous society, well, among European peoples, most of the time we can just police ourselves. Another thing I want to point out here, he's correct, and he's a very brave man for speaking out, and thanks for his service too. And Óga Sinn Féin or some cheat to call him, far right, whatever, fascist, carrying pitchforks down Dublin with the tricolour. He served his country, this man here. He's given out about Roma gypsies, and rightly so. But the problem is, Roma gypsies, they're not ethnically Romanian, they're Indian. But they have Romanian passports, and the last time I checked, Romania was in the European Union. So they are not here illegally. They're not doing it. Look, I agree they shouldn't be here. But if you're a member of the European Union, that's legal migration. They're doing nothing wrong. They're not destroying any passports. They are coming here legally. And that's the problem. The problem really isn't illegal immigration. It is, of course, it's a problem. But the big problem is legal immigration. You've got 2,000 Indians coming into Ireland every single month legally, buying up all the property. That's the type of problems we have. The problem is legal migration, and we really have to start hammering that now. The big problem is, the main problem isn't illegal, it's legal migration.
Plus, I says, DEI has infected the system in Ireland. It started in our schools with leaving certs, dropping the standards, so diversity, inclusion and equality and all that stuff can facilitate people who don't get the points going to school for their courses in college. Plus, it's infected the guards. The fact is, they don't have to do sit-ups or push-ups in the fitness test. And I pointed out, how can you have a fit, robust police force if they can't do sit-ups and push-ups? So basically, that was the crux of the whole meeting last night. I want to thank the people at Carrickmacross coming out in their droves for saying what they said. To drive the point across, Carrickmacross is not safe and it's going in a very bad direction. You are a credit to the town, and hopefully other communities start following suit. This cannot go on. A government are a failure. Sinn Féin say they're opposition. They are not opposition. They facilitated this by saying absolutely nothing. And I pointed it out to Matt Carty last night. They sided with the government on 2 occasions for taking mother and woman out of the Constitution and for harsh COVID restrictions. If that's opposition, then we're doomed. So thank you again to the people of Carrickmacross. You're an absolute credit, and let's keep this fight going.
Good man. Well done for speaking out. Good stuff. Any questions in the live chat, please let me know. If you're re-watching the show, if this is, you're listening to this tomorrow, any questions, please, or comments, type them in the comment section. And the Roma are a protected ethnic group in Ireland now. They have special status in Ireland by law. Yeah. So I see a lot of Irish Americans in the live chat there, and you're all very welcome. Now, if you just want to join our movement, you can do so. There's a link in the description to join as a member. Let me refresh this page because this image isn't loading here. It still isn't loading, whatever. There should be an image there, but whatever. So what do you get as a paid member of our Christian nationalist movement? Ireland's only Christian nationalist movement, may I add. You get a framed proclamation, a beautiful membership lapel badge, a 5 by 3 Irish flag, and a beautiful membership badge, and a little who we are booklet about our policies and what we're all about. That's joining as a member. You can join from Ireland, UK, or the rest of the world, like Canada, America, Australia, New Zealand. Wherever you are, you can join us. We need our diaspora to support us. So if you want to join as a member, scroll down below in the description. We would love to have you on board. So that's the membership. And I suppose while I'm here, you can also support us by ordering books, badges, flags. Ireland has full stickers. So we have a shop or a link in the description to go to our shop. The Handbook for the New Fenian is a book we wrote ourselves about what it means to be an Irish nationalist. Our Martyrs book is a book about what our ancestors went through during penal times. Prayers of the Gael is a beautiful little handbook, prayer book that our ancestors would have said. 3-in-1 Irish language books, you can learn the Irish language with comes with audio as well. Holy Bible, Dewey Reams, leather and paperback, and the latest issue of our parody newspaper, The Irish Patriot. There's so many things to talk about. So we got 50,000 papers printed, right? And we've actually over 48,000 papers distributed now, because I went to mass this morning and got rid of a good few. So we've less now than 2,000 papers of their latest issue, and now we're actually working on the latest issue of our party newspaper. So anything you do by supporting us helps us do our work, helps us bring the next issue of our party newspaper out, helps us get 4,000 Irish nationalist flags, helps us put boots on the ground. We're not funded by the state, we're not funded by NGOs, we rely on our listeners, our followers to support our work. And so if you want to get the paper, if you want to get a book or a badge, or Ireland is full stickers, go to the shop. And now as well, we deliver Ireland's highest quality beef, lamb and pork boxes in the world, bar none. These are really, really good, and you get your spring lamb now as well. So you get beef, lamb or pork boxes delivered to anywhere on the island of Ireland, so all 32 counties, north and south, and England, Scotland and Wales as well. Next day delivery. We send them out every Wednesday for delivery on Thursday. So I get your orders in now. If you want to get the Irish Butcher Box, scroll down below in the description. Alright. So any questions in the live chat, please let me know. Right, let's move on here because we've got lots to cover tonight. That was Carrickmacross. Okay, we'll stick to Carrickmacross, right? A resident voices her anger that her very disabled and vulnerable brother is being harassed by Roma gypsy neighbours. Let's listen in here.
In recent times, my brother had a massive stroke, okay? And it's only when he came back to his house on Farney Street that I realised how bad, say, antisocial behaviour was in the town of Carrickmacross. I went down to the corporation offices, the civic offices, and I raised the point that I was greatly concerned about my very disabled brother back at his premises on Farney Street. And I asked, if something could be done about the people living who were occupying the house next door, because not only were they interfering with the code for the carers to gain access to his home, and I had to remove certain individuals from that code box on so many occasions. I had to bring it to the attention of the guards. Now, to be fair to the guards, they are constantly on the beat and we say kind of monitoring the movements of certain individuals. But another thing that was shocking for me, and I had to address, and it fell on dead ears. The engineers, I'm not mentioning any names, but when I brought it to their attention that the neighbours were turning the back entrances into the houses on Farney Street in that particular area, they were turning it into a ghetto. Nothing was done that. But then it was devaluing the price of our house on Farney Street, the fact that the neighbours were turning it into a ghetto. You understand where I'm coming from? And at the end of the day, here I am many months later, nobody has addressed my concerns. Not one person. And my brother is exceptionally vulnerable in the house. I'm watching the house and have people watching his house 24 hours a day because of people interfering with the code box, trying to get in. And if anybody gets into it, he basically can be subjected to God only knows what. And the person who was wielding his knife, can I just say, he also was living next to a very vulnerable person in the town. The man was blind. Yes. Not only was that person exceptionally vulnerable, they also turned the house next door into a ghetto and totally devalued, I'm sure, the price of that poor gentleman's house and the neighbours on the other side.
Fair play to that young lady for speaking out against the destruction of her town, Carrickmacross, and her poor brother that's getting ravaged by Roma gypsies. So this is what modern Ireland is like now. You know what I mean? This is unbelievable what's happening in our Ireland. Well said to her. She's very brave. She spoke very well. God bless her. Keep it up. Now, I've been ranting and raving for too long. I need to get through some of these videos and articles here, right? So, a man is banned from play area after alleged incident in Dungannon, County Tyrone. A 52-year-old man has appeared in court in relation to an incident in public park during which a number of children and staff on a school trip were forced to run on their minibus for safety. Ahmed Khalif from Lamfield Meadows, Dungannon, is accused of assaulting two pupils as well as using disorderly behaviour. This happened on April 10th. A police officer from Dungannon Magistrates Court. The charges would be connected. So, set bail at £250, but warned Khalif to have no contact with any alleged injured parties or witnesses. He also banned them from entering the ground or premise of the Howard Primary School in Margashel and the children's play area of Dungannon. So there you go. Dungannon in County Tyrone. I've never seen worse. Dungannon is now gone. It's all these foreigners. I don't know what kind of race they are, but I was there a couple of years ago and I was shocked at how bad Dungannon is. So he assaults two young children and he gets bail for £250 and he's banned from the park, really. That's what's happening now in Ireland. And Dungannon used to be, a fiercely contested town. A lot of people died in Dungannon during the Troubles, but what was all that for? What was all that for? For either side. Catholic or Protestant, for what? To hand that town over now to a load of friggin' foreigners and assaulting and attacking your children. And there was a young girl badly raped there. She was a vicious assault and raped by two them migrant men in a car park not too long ago too in Dungannon. So let's move on here. So there's hold on, let me bring this up here. So it's Philip Dwyer. So there's a proposed people trafficking centre for Roscommon town. People have until 5:30 tomorrow, the 11th of the 5th, 2025, to lodge objection. Contact Monica below with further information. Please share. Let's see what Philip has to say on this.
Right, folks, Philip Dwyer here, citizen journalist. Just some concerning news coming from Roscommon town. Concerned citizen got in touch with me. Her name is Monica. and made me aware of this issue going on in regards a proposed iPad centre for Roscommon town. I'll just read out this article. It's kind of quite concerning because it's only come to light that this planning application has gone in with the intentions of looking for planning to put an iPad centre in Academy House and Gough Street in Roscommon. And the deadline for anyone who wants to object to this and give submissions is tomorrow evening at 5:30 p.m. So it doesn't give very much time for any concerned locals there to voice their concerns. So I'll just read out the article here very quickly, and let's go through it there. Deadline looms for public input on Roscommon asylum seeker housing proposal, written by Roscommon People reporter on May the 10th, 2025. The public has until 5:30 on Monday to submit observations on a proposal to house asylum seekers at Academy House in Roscommon town. Noel Whelan has applied to An Bord Pleanála for permission to use the Gough Street property under Class 20F exemption, which allows temporary changes to accommodate those seeking international protection. IPAS accommodation houses individuals who have applied for asylum but are still in the processing phase without full assessment of their claims or determination. Well, guys, that really translates into military-age men coming from Africa, Middle East and countries that definitely aren't war-torn, the vast majority of them, and they come without documents. That's really what IPAS accommodate. They remain international protection applicants not yet recognised as refugees or other protected persons. More poppycock. In the case of the Academy House proposal in Roscommon town, the applicant Noel Whelan is seeking to use the Class 20F exemption to convert a property on Gough Street into temporary accommodation for asylum seekers. The exemption allows this change without standard planning permission, but public observations are being accepted until a specific deadline to ensure community input is considered. The application was lodged on the 14th of April, and the deadline for public submissions, this is Monday the 12th of May at 5:30 p.m. And there's the I'll leave the link to this article here in the description, folks, and you can have a look at it yourselves. So very concerning. Looks like it's very underhanded that this thing people have only been aware of this situation yesterday, I think, at the earliest, and it means that it's very kind of difficult now for somebody to get a planning objection in there. So I'll leave the contact details for Monica in her Facebook and her Twitter, where you can contact her there. She's looking for people to sign some kind of a petition or some kind of objection to this by tomorrow.
So there you go. An iPass centre is proposed in Roscommon town. It's just like every day we're covering stories like this. It's just crazy. Yeah, good man, Johnny. Thank you for posting this. I'll cover this right now because it is very apt. So Roscommon town, they can pay for iPass. The government can pay for this, but they can't pay for A&E services. Roscommon A&E closes. The accident and emergency department at Roscommon County Hospital has been replaced today with an urgent care unit. All patients requiring A&E services have been told to go directly to University Hospital Galway, Ballinasloe and Castlebar. It's a move that's been condemned by local campaigners, and protests against the move are due to be held at a number of hospitals across the country. The HSE West says it's planning a leaflet drop targeting Roscommon homes and advertising local press and radio to inform people of what the new unit will offer. However, local campaigners say they won't give up their demands for a reversal of the decision yet. And as Johnny says in the live chat, they can afford to house migrants at the expense of the Irish people, but they can't afford the A&E. The A&E has to close in Roscommon town. Yes. So it's good to see so many people in the live chat. If you're new to the show, please subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, please share these streams and videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there. Let's keep waking up the Irish people. We're going to move to Belfast now. Muslim girl attacks an Irish girl on a bus in Belfast. Sectarianism in Belfast won't go well for Muslims. Let's see what this video is like. There you go, and the typical monkey chants and screams too. Unbelievable. This is always joy and fun for them, you know, to attack innocent white people. So any questions in the live chat, please let me know. So as I was saying earlier in the live chat, we're looking for help. We're looking for new shipper distributors at protests. We're looking for people to get involved. Please contact me through the website if you haven't already. If you're in particularly the Northwest, we go to a lot of protests. We need boots on the ground. So let me see here now. Just go to the website. I'm going to show you how to contact me, right? So if you go to the main website, right? That's the main website. Scroll down below this video. Click any of the buttons. Will take you to this website. Just click contact, right? And type in the message there. Say, Niall, I'm willing to help. We just need people to hand out papers. You don't have to say anything. You don't have to be skilled really in doing anything. Just hand out new shippers. You need boots on the ground. So we're looking for people to help. Any questions in the live chat, please let me know. Let me see, where is the live chat here now? I'll go back to this. Closed it down by accident. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired now. I still have loads of work to do. I have to edit a number of videos tonight too. You know, like I'm the video editor, I'm the admin. You know, sometimes you need some help. So as I was saying there too, if you want to support our Irish Nationalist Free Flag Fund, you can do so in the description, top link. As you've seen there, loads of these protests now, you've seen loads of beautiful Irish tricolour flags. It makes the protest really, really professional. Now we're looking to step it up a notch or two, or step it up 3 or 4 notches. We want to get 4 different types of flag. As you can see there on the screen, the tricolour, the 4 provinces flag, the Erin go Bragh flag, and the Irish Republic flag. Can you imagine all them 4 flags? Just like a swarm of flags up in Dublin, or Carrickmacross, or Bundoran. It would look absolutely fantastic and send a real message. If you want to support our work, we get 4,000 flags, 4,000 bamboo sticks, and 8,000 cable ties. Scroll down below this video to chip into our flag fund. So the flags look absolutely fantastic. If I don't say so myself, they do look really, really good. Make it look really, really professional, and things look very, very serious. And if you want to support our work other ways, you can do so by clicking our shop link. We've got our own books. We've got our own newspaper. So that's a book we wrote ourselves there. Let me zoom in a bit actually. I don't know why I don't do that. So that's a handbook for the New Fenian. The book we wrote ourselves, our martyrs, about what our martyrs went through, the prayers of the Gael, Irish language books, Dewey Reams, our own part of the newspaper. This is part of the newspaper we wrote ourselves. Patrick Pearce's books, Irish history books. We've got let's go to the accessories. What have we got there? We've got Ireland's full stickers, brown scapulars, tricolours, badges, Catholic posters, and the Irish butcher box. If you want your Donegal's finest beef, pork, or lamb boxes delivered to your front door, the highest quality in the world. You can get half a box or full box, and it's cut. It's like sent out fresh. It's not frozen. It's sent out in professional, insulated, chilled boxes with freezer gel packs to keep everything chilled. Boycott the Asda's, the Lidl's, the Aldi's, the Tesco's. Order direct from the farmers. Boycott the big businesses. Support local businesses. All right. All that is in the description. Scroll down below in the video. Okay, everybody, that's it for me tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be live again on Wednesday, I believe, at 8 PM. So I think we've got Wednesday. What can I do to help living in America? Join as a member. Help us out. We need all the support we can get. Send me a message through the website. I can advise you in other ways. Someone says I bought some of the Patrick Pierce's t-shirts. Ireland belongs to the Irish a couple of years ago. They still wear them. Yeah, they were good. They were good t-shirts. So any questions, please send me a message or an email. So I'm going to leave it there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Aaron go bra.